Greetings and felicitations, everyone. My name is Felix,
Man, I am Fab Fox.
and welcome back to Low Blows and OwOs.
The show where furries talk about wrestling because that makes so much sense. And yes, we are in fact alive. Holy shit, it's been a while. What is up?
Not since the winter is coming
Winter
episode.
is coming. Yeah. So, speaking of winter's coming and AEW and all that, we do need to uh, bring, or I guess, mention something that's happened since our last episode, and that is, of course, the passing of Brody Lee, John Huber, and that was a major shock to all of us. I remember when the news broke, our entire group chat, we like none of us could believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to send our love and wishes to the Huber family and all of his friends. I will say all of the tributes and stuff were really, really heartwarming. Hello, Alpha,
Awesome.
um, and the fact that AEW has been taking such good care of -1 Brody Jr. It's been really, really good to see.
I uh, I remember I was just about to stream on Twitch when just as I was like starting up. I go check my I check my Telegram one more time, uh, and I check out the wrestling chat, and I see the link. Like, this has to be a joke, and I click on him. Like, oh my god, this is actually happening, and I almost shut off the stream entirely, because it just shocked me, and I didn't even know if I could start the show. I mean,
Hey, no one would have blamed you.
because and like once I properly logged on, I I gave like a short little speech in tribute to Brody and his accomplishments. So uh, and then I tried to my best to continue onward. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely hard. It still is, but we're gonna uh, yeah. It's about all we can say. We're just really sorry, and all our love goes out to the family and friends.
And 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 of course, Godspeed to you, John Huber. May you rest in
Yeah.
peace.
All right. Happier notes. The Royal Rumble is coming up, and I could not be more excited because this has been by and far ever since I first started wrestling. This has been my favorite event of the year. WrestleMania, go fuck yourself. It's all about the Royal Rumble. And this one is definitely going to be a bit different because it's been confirmed that this will take place within the Thunderdome. Uh, we're getting a few fans back for WrestleMania, which of course, but
Provided that
there,
social distancing will be a thing, very much a thing,
yeah,
hopefully,
it, here's hoping. We'll see if WWE can get their act together for this. Um,
because we know
but
how well that turned out last time.
yeah, I'm sure. So uh, we're going to talk about both our predictions for these matches as well as some of our favorite and least favorite moments of Rumble's past. So, what do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the predictions or the other talk?
Let's start with the other talk first, just to kind of like hype it up,
Sure. All right. So first, I guess we'll start with low blows. So we're going to talk about our least favorite moments of the Royal Rumble. And right off the bat, one of my least favorite moments in general is just the entirety of the 2015 Royal Rumble.
I knew you were gonna say that, and
I know,
it's too easy.
it is too easy. It's so cliche, but like that's just a testament to how poorly booked that Royal Rumble was. And it's upsetting because, like as I've stated before, I'm a really big fan of Roman Reigns. I have been for quite some time because he's a hometown hero. Shout out to Pensacola, Florida. But oh boy, he was not the one that should have won. That one definitely should have gone to Daniel Bryan.
and boy, people were so upset when that happened. It's like I
When
think
you
it was
get
when Adam Blampier said that when he said it was like watching someone run over your favorite puppy or something.
that's pretty accurate. Like if you manage to get a crowd of thousands of people to boo Rey Mysterio, you've really done something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, but yes, the
They even booed The
2015
Rock.
they booed The Rock. The Rock was not happy about that.
Yeah, and he was visually pissed off. I'm like
Oh
he was
yeah.
like, "What the fuck are you people booing at, you dumbasses?"
Uh, um, so yeah, that one was not good. How about you?
uh, the thing is, as easy as that would be to like pick that one, uh, I was not watching WWE or any wrestling at the time that happened, so it hasn't really impacted me personally, which is why I don't really I'm not really on that Roman Reigns hate train back when it was like still uh in its fullest, before he
Yeah.
announced his leukemia.
Hmm.
Um so if I had to pick one, it would probably be uh the one leading up to WrestleMania 34, with Randy Orton winning.
Yeah, I don't think he needed to win that one.
He really didn't. I mean, it was great
And,
that Bray Wyatt became WWE champion out of it, but it could have gone to someone else.
yeah, and I already am not a big fan of repeat winners of the Royal Rumble, so that was annoying already, just because Randy Orton had already won a Royal Rumble.
Hmm.
So, because like the Royal Rumble, winning that can really make someone's career. Ergo, Drew McIntyre, which we can talk about that a little bit later on, because that's one of my favorite Royal Rumble moments.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, Randy Orton definitely did not need to win that year.
The thing is, I don't necessarily mind repeat winners as long as it's within the context of a good story. Because the thing is,
Hmm.
Stone Cold has won the Royal Rumble 3 times, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Um, and I have no issue with that. I think Shawn Michaels won it 3 times as well.
No, he won it twice.
Twice. Thank you.
Stone Cold's the only person that's won it 3 times so
Okay,
far.
my mistake. So again, it's not necessarily an issue as long as as long as the story going into it is good. So
Hmm. And I can agree with that. Like if someone has won the Royal Rumble in the past and like they are in a story where them winning the Royal Rumble again would make sense, then I think that would be fine. Like say right now, Rey Mysterio was in a big scuffle with Roman Reigns. Like if he were to come around and win the Royal Rumble, then yeah, that would make sense. But I think it's just if it's just kind of there just to be there, then yeah, like kind of like John Cena winning for the second time in 2013.
yeah, I mean, it
It was
made
just
sense
kind
in
of there.
2008 when he came back from injury.
Oh yeah,
The people
absolutely.
popped hard for him when his music hit.
Literally the biggest pop and biggest Royal Rumble return up until last year when Edge came.
Oh my god, yes. But we'll get to
Yeah,
that.
we'll get to that. um, Another moment I didn't enjoy, and this is just something like personal with me. Back in 2010, really good Royal Rumble, but that was the time where I was at the peak of my absolute markouts for Evan Bourne, also known as Matt Sydal.
Hmm.
He was in that Royal Rumble. He came in at number 2, and I was already like, "Oh man, he's coming in so early." Um, but at least I was like, "Oh, maybe he'll last a while." But then he ended up being the very first person being thrown over, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was upset.
Oh, poor
And
Seidel.
yeah, and man, he really kind of gets shafted when it comes to these types of matches, because when he was in that Casino Battle Royale, oh, that poor man.
But then they later blamed it on
They they
Nakazawa. I
they
mean,
recovered from it very well. So
yes. Thank God it wasn't any worse than that. I mean, the guy he was trying to do the shooting star press on, like, saved him from, like, hurting himself.
I want
If
to
I'm
say
not
that was Will.
mistaken.
I want to say that was Will Hobbs.
Yeah, that was Will Hobbs.
Good on him. Do you have any WrestleMania moments you didn't enjoy? Any other ones?
You mean Royal Rumble?
Yeah, yeah. Did I say WrestleMania?
Yeah.
My bad. Yes, Royal
Um,
Rumble.
kind of a personal pet peeve of mine. I don't know if they really do it anymore, but celebrity entrance.
That I think that's more for the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. It hasn't really happened with the Royal Rumble since I'd say Drew Carey.
I thought for sure someone else might have, but I guess not.
They do have like some really random entrance sometime, like freaking Ricardo Rodriguez that one
Yeah,
year,
like
and
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I think in that same year, all three of the announcers were also in it. Not announcers, the commentators.
Yeah.
Which two of them made sense because they were former wrestlers, but then you throw in Michael Cole.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That era of Michael Cole was like utter shit.
yeah. Oh my God, I every time I heard him on the commentary, I wanted to tear my eardrums out. Uh, but yeah, the celebrity entrants are definitely more common in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal because that's the one where Shaq has been in it, and those two people from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
um, I mean, the Drew Carey one was like what? But even though that's actually one of my favorite Royal Rumbles, even
yeah,
though I'm a huge Who's Line fan, the Drew Carey one was very questionable.
yeah.
Even then.
I want to. I read up on it. I want to say that they were like trying to promote some kind of other TV show that he was doing that I don't think was Whose Line Is It?
The Drew Carey show.
Maybe that was it. Yeah.
It was either the Drew Carey show or maybe perhaps they had just started the green screen show.
That could have been it. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we could do
And
without
he's in the he's in
entrance.
the WWE Hall of Fame because of that.
Yeah, I mean, all
Yeah.
right. Let's transition over into OwOs and talk about some of our favorite Royal Rumble moments.
Yes.
Right off the bat, Edge last year.
I it was rumored, but I didn't really. I kind of convinced myself that it wasn't going to happen because he had a career-ending back injury. He's not coming back.
Yeah,
And
and
then
because
at number 21, the buzzer sounds. You hear, you think you know me, and I'm like, oh, holy shit!
I was freaking out in my house, dude. Oh my God, it was so. And I think that the cherry on the top of that whole thing is like when he walks through the smoke, you can just see it on his face, like how overwhelmed and how happy he is to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I feel it.
Yep, I felt it too, and I was fucking crying when that happened.
So good. So good. So good. Nothing will compare. And considering how the rest of the year went, I'm just so grateful that that was able to happen before the pandemic really
Oh
hit.
yeah.
Because he already had to have his first match back without anyone there at WrestleMania that year.
Mm-hmm.
If he had to make his big Royal Rumble return without anyone there, that would have fucking sucked.
Then again, his first match back was very, very slow and boring.
Yeah,
it was probably for the best.
Yeah, probably. I will say the one that they had at Backlash was much better.
AKA the greatest wrestling match ever.
We don't need to revisit that tagline. I'm just glad that they've stopped using taglines.
Shut up, Caruso.
Charlie Caruso. Bless her loving heart, but that was not her best moment. And I understand that was not her thing. She was obviously given a script, but
yeah,
come on.
I believe this will be the greatest wrestling match ever. Just trying to.
Uh,
Doing that voice makes my throat hurt. I'm trying to do the like the robotic voice from Moonbase Alpha. It's like John Madden.
I got it.
Mamma mia. But anyway,
Another really great Royal Rumble moment for me, it was that same year when Drew McIntyre eliminated Brock Lesnar.
and he fucking won the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that he was going to win, but like the moment he eliminated Brock Lesnar, and this memory still sticks in my mind because I was like in the group chat typing yes, 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 like kind of like Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently I triggered like some kind of spam bot and it muted me. And I was sad.
I didn't think Drew was going to win, but I was really, really hoping Drew would win. And I was so happy when he did, because at that point he was being booked super strongly. And like, and it made sense for him at the time too. I mean,
oh yeah, absolutely.
My only wish was that Brock had duked it out with Matt Riddle prior.
Yeah, but I think their backstage heat is what prevented that.
Uh-huh.
God
damn it.
Yeah. Another highlight I want to say is just every single one of the women's Royal Rumble so far. They've all been fantastic.
Yeah, well, with the exception of that one appearance from Santina Marella.
I actually really popped at that. That was a great moment for me.
I mean, I love Santina Marella, but
because like he's the only one that could have pulled that off.
I guess so, but at the same time, they could have used someone else for that.
I do understand that. Like I definitely get it. But how I see the whole thing, because like I was watching wrestling back when Santina was first a thing, and it always made me laugh. So because I was a little kid, and Santino was one of the funniest people in wrestling, even to this day. Period. Full stop. Like I don't think there will be a comedy act that will be as good as Santina Marella was. But the way I see it is that now that Santina has made an appearance in the Women's Royal Rumble, they will never do it again. So it's done. It's over.
Now we just have to wait for Santino to make his appearance again.
Yeah, see if he can recreate his 1 second elimination.
Oh yeah, isn't he the current record holder now?
Yeah, they tried to match it with Titus O'Neil, but he kind of fucked that up, as only Titus O'Neil would have.
And Curtis Axel.
Yeah, Curtis. We've had a lot of like 2 second eliminations since then, but there's only ever been one. I honestly feel like there's only ever going to be one.
Yep.
If I had to take a guess at someone who could do it, because he's got like the agility and the diminutive size to really flip himself back over the rope quickly, it would probably be Ricochet.
Yeah, probably.
But
God, I hope not.
Yeah, we don't want to do that to Ricochet.
He's been through a lot.
Yeah, for real. If Santino doing it makes sense because it's Santino and it absolutely fits with his character.
Yeah.
But yes, as I was saying, every single one of the Women's Royal Rumbles since 2018 has been fantastic. And honestly, every one of those years I felt that they were better than the Men's Royal Rumbles. However, the best of all three of them so far was 2019, bar none.
Well, of course, Becky Lynch won.
Yeah, I mean, that pop when she finally was let into the Rumble, it was almost as big as Edge when returning that next year.
Yeah, Becky Lynch winning was one of my favorite Rumble moments, because she is awesome.
She's so good. I'm so happy for her and Seth Rollins having their baby.
Yep.
A lot of people are speculating that she's gonna make a return in this Royal Rumble, and I'm thinking like she literally just had her baby last month. I think it's too soon.
Yeah, it's definitely too soon. Also, thank you for that host, Alpha. Um, I mean, I won't. I'm not. I mean, I'm not gonna hope for a return from Zelina Vega anytime soon. Yikes!
Sad.
God damn it, WWE.
I know. Uh, um, do you have any other favorite moments from the Rumble?
Um, there was that the John Cena return.
Yeah, that was good.
Um, that that was my
Uh,
first. That was my first Rumble. And I popped hard. I'm like, yeah.
See, I had gotten into wrestling around. I first found out about it from SmackDown versus Raw 2007,
Mm-hmm.
and I first started watching it regularly around maybe 2008 ish. But the first Royal Rumble I got to actually buy the pay-per-view for was 2010.
Yeah.
So
2010. Yep.
yeah, 2010. So Edge winning the Royal Rumble was my first experience with it.
Edge was the right call.
Yeah, I will say that was the first one that I was able to buy, but the first Royal Rumble I was able to watch because I found a video of it online somewhere was 2003. So the 2003 Royal Rumble has been my favorite just because it was my first experience with watching an actual Royal Rumble and not just playing it on the video game.
Yep. Another good moment was Shinsuke Nakamura winning.
That was great.
I really wish he had won the championship though, but whatever.
Yeah, me too. They kind of wasted that. He would have made a good champion.
But they recently turned him face. Again.
Yeah. Oh my god, I popped when he came back with his old music.
And that kind
And
of
then
surprised me, honestly. Like, they had that gauntlet, and Shinsuke was like tearing it. And
he
like,
pulled a Kofi Kingston.
yeah, like, and Daniel Bryan offered to shake Shinsuke's hand, and he accepted him. Like, he's turning face. Okay,
And
let's see where this goes. And they brought his music back, and I'll discuss more later. But when we get into the predictions, but yeah,
yeah.
man, oh man,
Also, speaking of Kofi Kingston, I'm so sad that he's injured right now because if he's not healed by the Royal Rumble, he will have broken his 13-14 year streak.
oh yeah, how did he get injured again?
It was in a match with Retribution. No, Hurt Business. He broke his jaw.
Oh no,
Yeah, I think it was in that title match when they dropped the belts. But yeah, both Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler have been in every single Royal Rumble, including the greatest Royal Rumble since 2009.
but we don't talk about the greatest Royal Rumble now, do
We
we?
don't talk about the greatest Royal Rumble.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, I feel like we should count it a little bit just because is what that Rumble is what broke Rey Mysterio's record for longevity, which props to Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about anything else when it comes to the greatest Royal Rumble.
I mean, I think that was also the last WWE match that featured Chris Jericho.
It was, yes, because he popped up at number 50.
Yep, and he then popped off to New Japan and then AEW.
Woo! I also, a little side note, I really like the take on the Royal Rumble that AEW does. I do like the Casino Battle Royals.
I just wish they, like, in the beginning, when all the guys would come out, it's like some guys would kind of get lost in the shuffle by others. I'm like, it'd be kind of cluttered, so no one would really get a true pop.
Yeah,
I think
it was
yeah.
it was definitely a bit of a cluster, but they definitely fixed up their format when it came to, was it Double or Nothing?
Yes.
Yeah. I think they've got it down to a science now.
Yep.
Also, Sonny Kiss eliminating Jake Hager was everything. All right, shall we get into predictions?
Yes, predictions time.
So first, let's go over the couple singles matches that we've got confirmed so far, which is Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, which we'll talk about that in a second,
Mhm.
and Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Ugh. And this isn't on the Wikipedia, but I'm pretty sure it's happening. We've also got Sasha Banks versus Carmella again.
Again.
So first, let's talk about Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. I did really enjoy the feud that they've been having, but I just feel like having Roman Reigns versus Adam Pearce would have been a better story, at least just for the Royal Rumble, because then they could have returned to Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens afterward.
I agree.
But it's going to be a last man standing match, and there's no doubt that it's going to be a very good match. It's probably going to be one of the highlights of the night. I was kind of intrigued to see Roman versus Pierce.
Yeah, same here. Oh well. But I mean, Roman has been fucking killing it lately.
Dude, Roman has been better. He's been better than he's ever been, and I'm here for it.
The whole tribal chief thing that he's doing right now, it like, I think if he were to do, if there was ever a time to turn heel, he picked the right time, honestly.
Yeah, he's scary.
Oh yeah, like I think it was an interview with Paul Heyman as to why they never really turned Roman heel sooner, and his response was that he was too young. He wasn't really grizzled enough, you know? Like he didn't have the scars to pull it off. Now he does.
Well, better late than never.
Yeah. I mean, there's also a really good video on YouTube called "Explained the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns from Parts Fun Known." I highly recommend you check that out.
That'll be fun.
It kind of goes into detail about the whole Roman Reigns tribal chief gimmick and how it ties into Samoan culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting watch, so definitely check it out when you get the chance.
And we definitely know that the entire Anawati family is very, very true and loyal to their Samoan heritage, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's going to be a good match. I'm really looking forward to that. One that I'm not looking forward to.
Who do you pick? Should we? We might as well. Or do you want to say who's going to win?
It's going to be Roman. They're not going to take that belt off him this year.
At least not until WrestleMania, I don't think.
Especially not until WrestleMania. I will say, if there is anyone that could take the belt off him, I think Kevin Owens is a great pick.
Oh yeah,
but it's not. It's too soon to take it off of Roman. They can really flesh this out.
Yeah, they could flesh it out just a little bit longer.
But yeah, definitely Roman Reigns. But this next match I'm not very much looking forward to, and that is Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg.
Is anyone looking forward to it? I don't think anyone is.
I'm sure there's someone out there, and and if you like Goldberg still, then that's great. More power to you. But I'm so tired of him.
The thing is, if not for Goldberg, I wouldn't have discovered wrestling, because I discovered wrestling through an old WCW ad back in 1999 from a CC's Pizza commercial. Goldberg and Meng were part of that ad, advertising some collector's cards.
I think it was Little Caesars. Yeah, we watched. We watched
Little Caesars.
Oh, I thought I heard CC's. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right. If I meant to say okay, I did say CC's. What the fuck? It's Little Caesars. My God, what's wrong with me?
But yeah, we watched that in a former podcast. But I mean, Goldberg back in his heyday, I can understand the hype behind him, because the undefeated streak was really impressive.
Honestly, even back then, I still wasn't. I still didn't get it. I guess the whole undefeated streak is kind of cool and all, but at the same time, he also injured Bret Hart and ended his career.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't intentional, but at the same time, he's garnered a reputation for not being the most safe worker. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's a
It,
nice guy and everything, but this is one of those times where I'm like, yeah, Matt Riddle's right. You're not that great.
um, but yeah, like I said, I was never a fan, but I did understand it. Why he was so over, because like undefeated streaks can really do wonders for someone's career. Like take a look at Asuka. Of course, it's not really a great comparison because Asuka is a phenomenal wrestler. And of
The
course,
thing is, I would compare Asuka because unlike Goldberg, at least in my opinion, as far as I know, Asuka at the very least made her opponents look good.
yeah, she did.
Instead of Goldberg, I mean, I'm sure Goldberg also made some of his opponents look good, but for the most part, but from what I've seen so far, I mean, but from what I've seen, he mostly just plowed through everybody.
Yeah, there were a couple
Which
of good ones.
I get to make you look like a monster, but at some points you've got to let up a little bit.
Yeah, I think I think there's only one person I can think of where like he actually had a good match with him, and that was DDP.
That's right. He did have a good match with.
Mm-hmm. I will say though, even though I'm not really looking forward to Goldberg on this pay per view, I will say that I think that he's going to put McIntyre over. So that's good.
He better put McIntyre over.
I don't think they're going to make the same mistake like that they did with Bray Wyatt.
God, I
not
hope
after
not.
Not after the backlash.
I don't think Vince McMahon even cares. He cares about ratings, you know. And unfortunately, Goldberg is a ratings pop.
Yeah, but I mean, I almost wanted to say that so is Drew McIntyre, so they wouldn't
Exactly.
do that. But Bray Wyatt was a huge ratings draw, and they still did it. I don't know. I think that Drew McIntyre is going to win still, but I'm just praying. I'm praying that he does because I don't want to see Goldberg as champion again.
Yeah, I'm also saying McIntyre because my God, if they take the belt off Drew, people will get pissed.
Yeah, for real.
Including me. I will like. I
Very
think
upset.
everyone will get pissed.
I
No
think
one
that's
wants to see Goldberg with the belt.
No, that's going to be the point where people check out and just turn it off.
I mean that's why I don't really watch the product anymore. I mean I'll watch the Rumble, but through other means. But anyway.
So then now we've got Sasha Banks versus Carmella, which, you know, I think it'll be a good match because they've had a couple of good matches before for the title. But the thing is that, you know, we've had more than one title match with them already. I don't think we need another one.
This better be the finisher, so that way Sasha can finally move on.
Mm-hmm.
Because Carmella has already been champion, you know?
Yeah, and I am glad that they're actually giving Sasha an extended run with the belt. Also, side note, can we? I don't know if you watched it last night, but can we give a shout out to Carmella Sommelier because he's got some moves in the ring.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it, but I've seen
Dude,
I've seen clips of it, and the dude can move.
yeah, like if you've at least just seen clips of like the handsprings and flips he was doing, like dude's got style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to him.
I remember that kind of reminds me when you say is it Smolier or Smouye?
Sommelier.
Sommelier. Because it makes me
Oh,
think
yeah.
of a
I think I know
of
what
a
it
Dave
is.
Dave Chappelle joke where he calls Jesse Smollett Juicy Smouye.
Oh, so that
And it
that's
is
what
so funny.
I thought you were going to talk about the cream cheese commercial that's been playing with the dude that's a schmelier.
The Schmilier. Schmear perfection.
The perfect schmear of cream cheese.
Schmear.
So I think it's going to be a pretty good match because their last one was it at TLC.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was really good. I think Sasha's going to retain the belt because I think whoever is going to win the Rumble is going to face Sasha Banks at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so those are all the singles matches that have been so far, and we are literally just a little over a week out, and they haven't said anything else. So I think any other matches that are going to pop up on the card are going to be really slapped together last minute.
I predict that who did oh my god I predict there's going to be one other match added, and it's going to be the Intercontinental title. A triple threat between Big E, Sami Zayn, and Apollo Crews. That's my prediction.
Yeah, and I think that they might add that too because last night on SmackDown they had Big E on the graphic for some of the entrants to the Royal Rumble, but he's been taken off the list on the website and the Wikipedia. So I think they might be taking him out to do a match.
But he could still do the match even if he's taken off.
That's true.
I mean, even if he's competing.
Because Sami Zayn is in the Rumble too.
Yeah.
So let's get into those. So for the men's Royal Rumble, so far declared, we've got Daniel Bryan, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Otis, Miz, Jey Uso, Cesaro, Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
In my personal opinion, last year it was a Raw superstar that won the Rumble. This year, I predict it's going to be a SmackDown superstar.
I do too, and I think I know exactly which one it's going to be too.
I've actually got three people in mind to win the Rumble, just because they've been booked so strongly lately.
I've got to pick three because that's how our predictions work in the group chat.
Yeah.
But the person that I think is almost like a shoo-in to win it is Daniel Bryan.
I very much agree. That's one of my picks as well. I mean, if he doesn't win he should have won. He should have won in 2015, but we're past that.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So this. Oh my God! Imagine if Daniel Bryan wins, and then he faces Roman Reigns. It harkens back to that Royal Rumble match. Like, they could use that as fuel for the feud. Like, exactly. That would be brilliant.
That definitely is what makes the most sense to me, for sure, because they need a really, really good opponent for Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and there is very few that are better than Daniel Bryan.
I agree.
Plus, Daniel has been doing a really good job of working to put other people over in his tail end of this run, because I feel like he's pretty close to retiring for the last time, and he's been really working on putting other people over, and I think he would do that for Roman.
Yeah, but at the same time, I would love to see him with one final title run just to beat Roman, or either that or at least look. I mean, if he wins, it could go either way between those two.
Yeah, I agree. As far as the other two that I think it could be with the people that have been revealed so far, I think AJ Styles could be a possibility, and maybe Jey Uso. I'm not sure. Because Roman and Jay's feud last year was fantastic, so I would not mind seeing a continuation of it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would not be upset if it did.
Yeah, as I mentioned, my predictions are all SmackDown stars. So, because they've been booked so strongly, my other two are Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Man, if Cesaro were to win the Royal Rumble, the entire internet would melt, because anytime you see a list video on YouTube like, oh, the most underused people in WWE, Cesaro is always at the top of that list. Without fail. So Yeah, him winning the Royal Rumble would definitely do wonders for his career.
Hmm. And as for Shinsuke Nakamura, like again, he's been booked so strongly, and I like imagine him winning the Rumble again, and like actually going on to Mania and winning the Universal title. I'm like, yes, redemption for Nakamura. Yes, thank you
It
WWE for finally getting it right this time.
it definitely would give them a chance to remedy the letdown from 2018. And while it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I've already said my piece on repeat winners, but I really like Shinsuke, and if he were to win and get the title off of Roman, that would be really cool.
Imagine those two having a strong style match.
Yeah,
Ooh.
fun.
I mean, he's the king of strong style.
It is true.
The tribal chief versus the king.
All right, and then finally we've got the women's Royal Rumble, which I kind of hope that this one is the second Royal Rumble that plays, because remember the first year that it happened, it was the main event, and then 2 years afterward, it was like the second match on the card. But I kind of want this one to be a little bit later in the card, you know.
Yeah.
So the entrance so far in this one is Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Peyton Royce, Alexa Bliss, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Tamina. I have got three possibilities in mind for this one of which is not even listed.
I have three, and one of them I really hope doesn't win, but it's sort of it's sort of one of those where if she did win, I would not be the least bit surprised.
I think I know who you're talking about, but the first two that I think are going to win that are listed are Bianca Belair and Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
First, I mean, Bianca Belair is fantastic. And the fact that she did not win the NXT title before getting called up is a travesty.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I think if she were to face Sasha Banks at WrestleMania, I think that would be a great match. And
I
even if Sasha Banks were to lose the belt at WrestleMania, having it put on Bianca would be great.
I very much agree. I really hope Bianca Belair is another one of my picks. I mean, she's one of my picks. I think she's, in my opinion, she's my overall winner to win the damn thing. Because she again, like you said, she's like she. It's a shame that she never won the NXT title, but I think she has a chance of winning the women's title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and plus, you remember her performance from last year's WrestleMania? I mean, Royal Rumble. Like she freaking dominated.
Oh yeah.
It was really good, really good. The reason I feel like Bayley could win is for another Bayley versus Sasha match because their feud was the highlight of last year's wrestling. It was so good. Every single one of their matches was fantastic, especially the Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
So I think them having a redo of that in front of somewhat of a live crowd would be really good. And then my third pick is the one that the rumor has been flying around, the one that is rumored to be called up from NXT and winning it is Rhea Ripley.
Oh.
Consider because ever since her last title match against Io Shirai, she hasn't really been on TV, or at least maybe her loss against Raquel Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are speculating that she's been staying off TV because she's going to make her big return at the Royal Rumble, win it, and then go to challenge either Sasha or Asuka at WrestleMania.
That'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, and I think it's got a lot of merit and potential.
Yep.
Yeah, so those are my three picks. I've got Bianca Belair is my top pick for sure because I really just want her to win, and then I've got Bayley and Rhea Ripley.
My first pick, as mentioned earlier, is Bianca Belair, because I think she's definitely in line to win the Rumble. She's definitely been booked strongly lately. Even though that whole obstacle course thing from last night was rather silly, but it still made her look strong as hell. Like picking up
Dude,
Otis like that, like whoa,
fucking deadlifted him.
like damn girl.
Oh man, yeah, that was good.
Um, the one that I don't want to win, but I'm still gonna pick, because I mean it's very possible. They're kind of leaning to that. Yeah, Charlotte fucking Flair, or as Wrestle Talk has called her, the Omni Flair. Simultaneous.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want Charlotte to win again.
Like she had her win last year. Like let
Yeah.
someone else take it. The problem with Flair, she's a great wrestler, but man, she's being booked way too fucking strongly.
Yeah, and I was okay with her winning last year just because it did make sense because she was pretty much at the top of the card, and they really did give us a swerve by having her challenge for the NXT title. I don't think she should have won it, but I digress. But I feel like having her take her title shot from the Royal Rumble and using it towards NXT really kind of helped boost that brand. So I think it was a good use for it. But I don't think at this point she should be winning again.
No. I think like like I wouldn't be surprised if they have her win and have her face Asuka just to take the title away. Because they have been booking Asuka so poorly lately. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, WWE? She's your champion. Book her like a champion. Like, what are you doing?
What I feel like is going to happen, I feel like if Charlotte doesn't win the Rumble, I feel like she's still going to end up challenging Asuka for the title at WrestleMania anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, they can still have that match without having her win the Rumble.
Agreed. And as for my third pick, this is going to be this is kind of my wild card pick. I'm going with Io Shirai.
Oh.
Straight from NXT just to win the damn thing and make her look strong as shit. I mean, strong as hell.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to wonder how they would write that in, considering she's still the NXT champion.
She could be. Shut up, Alpha. Like, I still. Yeah, he says, I still love Charlotte. She's the greatest. She'll win. Shut up.
Don't put that into the universe.
Yeah.
I will say, I do think that, like, if there's any woman who's going to be the first to win more than one Royal Rumble, it will probably be Charlotte.
Yeah, but
which I'm okay with. I'm fine if that's how they want to book her. Sure, whatever. I just don't want her to win 2 in a row.
Exactly. But yeah, Io Shirai. Imagine her coming up. I mean, winning the Rumble as NXT Women's Champion, and going on to face either Asuka or Sasha Banks, and winning the title. That would make Io Shirai look absolutely strong.
Absolutely. And you know what? Out of those 2 opponents, Io Shirai 115% needs to face Asuka.
Agreed.
Even, you know what? Even if she doesn't show up in the Rumble or win the Rumble, we need to have Asuka versus Io Shirai at some point.
Agreed. Like, those two would put on one hell of a match.
That right there could literally be your WrestleMania main event, and no one would question it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Can you imagine if after being off of TV for so long, Lana comes back and wins the Rumble?
Oh dear God! Has the woman suffered enough?
I guarantee you, she's gonna make her return at the Rumble.
Oh, I think she will. And then Nia Jax is just gonna put her through a table again.
Oh my god, I can't handle it. Please don't do that again. 9 was enough. We don't need it for a 10th time.
Gotta end it on an even number at least. Then
Yeah, I
and
guess
they'll
so.
probably, and they might fire her, and she'll be with she'll be in AEW with
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 Miro.
Miro. I mean, I'm not saying that'll happen. Like, I mean, God bless her. I mean, it's not her fault. She's just being booked so poorly.
Mhm. I I was very happy with her being the sole survivor at Survivor Series, but I do wish that they were like, even if they were just to have her like come up behind Bianca Belair and use the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment to win the match. I think it would have been a better finish than just the double count out.
Agreed.
Oh man. But yeah, that's all my thoughts on it. Who else do you think is going to be in the Rumble aside from the 12 apiece? Ooh, wait. Here's a better question. Because every year they have at least one legend pop up as a surprise entrant. Who do you think that'll be for each Rumble?
Um, for the women's, um, I'm going to say, I know she made an appearance, I think, last year. I want to say Molly Holly.
Molly Holly, yeah, that would make her third Royal Rumble appearance. That'd be cool.
I mean, hey,
Um,
I mean,
she still got it.
yeah.
Um,
And as
I
for the,
kind of
sorry, go ahead.
no. Go ahead with your men's one.
For the men's, I think Edge is still injured, so I'm not sure about him. Uh,
I feel like holding him off until WrestleMania would be better.
Agreed. I say let's have. Oh my God. You're gonna have to go ahead and do your women's one. I still need to think on my men's one.
Okay. So for the women, I think a possibility could be Melina because she popped up on Legends Night. But there's one
Wait,
person.
no, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
That
All
was
she
Alicia
did.
Fox.
No, no, Melina was there. All she did was talk to the Lucha House Party and go Lucha, Lucha. But that was her.
I thought that was someone else.
No, Alicia Fox popped up in a bit with Angel Garza, but Melina was there for a hot second, and all she said was Lucha, Lucha. It was a very anticlimactic.
Ah,
But the fact that she was there, I mean, she could pop up in the Rumble.
I see.
Um, but one person that's saying that she would like one last match is Alundra Blaze, so I feel like she might pop up in the Rumble.
Ooh,
And she, she was there for that battle royal at Evolution a couple years ago.
I see.
Mm-hmm. As far as the men's go, I will say this every year until it happens. I want Rikishi back. Only for the fact, no, not only for this fact, but can you imagine if Rikishi makes an appearance while Jay Uso is in the Rumble and then Jay eliminates Rikishi?
Damn.
That would be a moment.
Eliminating his dad.
Uh,
I as for my men's pick,
I
uh,
hope it's not Goldberg.
no. I okay. There's one. There are two people that I have in mind, but um, I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar.
Oh Lord.
No, I'm
I,
just kidding.
I hope not.
I
Like
mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was in, but
I wouldn't either. But I'm
I'm
tired of
actually
seeing
gonna,
him.
but my actual one is Gilbert.
Gilbert. Seeing him pop up on Raw, that was interesting.
God bless him, because I know he had a heart attack last year. So
Yeah. I feel like if Gilbert did pop up, it'll probably just be a repeat of what happened in 1999 where he was leaning against the ropes doing this thing, and Edge just kind of like shoves him over. one hand just kind of goes boop, and he flips over.
But yeah, I'm gonna just I appreciate Gilbert a lot more than Goldberg, honestly. So because hey, Gilbert makes things entertaining. So I'm gonna say Gilbert.
He's been committed to that gimmick for like 40 years at this point.
Has it been 40?
I mean, he's been there since at least the mid 90s, and so I guess
when you say like 30,
I guess it's more like 30 now. Yeah,
like 20 to 25.
Yeah, I know he's in his 70s. So
he's in his 70s.
Yes.
Gilbert is in his 70s.
Let's take a look at exactly.
I would at least thought he was in his 60s.
Wikipedia Gilbert. Oh yeah, just kidding. He was born
61. I was about to say.
Just I thought I heard someone say he was in his 70s, so please ignore me. Anyway, so that's our talk about the Royal Rumble. I am super excited, though I will say I don't quite feel as hyped as I have been in years past, just because the year they haven't really.
Actually, can I change mine?
Sure.
I want to change my my men's special appearance to stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. I am going to go with the Hurricane.
That would be cool. I remember when he popped up in 2018.
Because he's back in WWE right now, so hey, why not?
Might as well. It's kind of crazy how he had that one pop up in AEW and then he's back to WWE.
Yep. He's like, like WWE WWE felt threatened, like, no, get back here. Pulled his leash, like, no, come back.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we hope you guys enjoy the Royal Rumble as well. And for our Low Blows and OwOs, I'm Fab Fox.
My name is Felix.
We'll see you next time.
Hold up. We got a comment from Alpha. I know this probably wouldn't happen, but what if the Undertaker made an appearance at the Rumble? It's just like, let the man stay retired. I mean, Vince, leave Taker alone.
They're already speculating that he's going to be at WrestleMania.
Oh my God, Taker, please fucking just learn to say no.
But you know what? I called it. I told you. His final goodbye would not be his final goodbye. It will never be his final goodbye.
Not as long as Vince McMahon continues to try and persuade him to be like, no.
The dude signed a lifetime contract with this company. He until he is literally in a box in the ground, he's not going to retire.
A literal dead man.
For real. All right. Outro take 2. For Low Blows and OwOs, I'm Fab Fox.
My name is Felix.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.